Hey everyone. So I had somebody ask me to show how I was rerolling with Bluestacks multi-instance, because that drastically speeds up your rerolls because you can do as many at a time as your PC can handle. So first you're going to want to come to bluestacks.com and download Bluestacks right here. I'm using Bluestacks 5. If you come to see all versions, you'll have Bluestacks 4 and 5 here. So I'm pretty sure I'm using either Pi 64-bit or Nougat 64-bit. Don't worry about the 32-bit unless you're running like a really old PC, like a 32-bit architecture CPU in your PC. But everybody else, like if you have any sort of like even old modern day stuff, is going to be using the 64-bit. So I can't actually remember, I am running Bluestacks 5, I just can't remember which version it was because I downloaded it like over 2 years ago at this point, probably even longer than that. So if you just click on it on the main screen, it should just give you the one that would work for you, I'm assuming. If you have any problem with that, just let me know in the comments below, I'll look into it more for you. So after you have downloaded, you can search right here for Marvel Mystic Mayhem, screaming into the search bar with my caps lock on. So it'll open up Bluestacks app search first. It is here, so if you click on that, you can download it from here. If there's ever a game that you're looking for and you can't find it, there's always a search in Google Play on the bottom there, so I'll open up Google Play's store and then you can download it from there. Either way, it's going to take it from there, but sometimes it doesn't show up in the Bluestacks one, so just look for it in Google Play and you'll see it there. So on the side right here, I'll zoom in, it is open the multi-instance manager. You can do it with Control-Shift-B, so I'll bring up this screen right here. So this is where you're going to create the instance. So just click on the bottom left on instance here. We're going to do a clone instance. Otherwise, you're going to have to reinstall Marvel Mystic Mayhem if you choose the fresh instance. So choose the clone one. Leave the clone from the same. CPU cores, you can put it medium or low. Depends on your CPU and how many of these instances you're going to have open. I just left mine on medium. Memory allocation, I gave it 2 gigs. Depending on how much RAM you have. I have 32 gigs, which is kind of standard for a gaming setup nowadays, but you don't need a gaming setup to run Bluestacks. It is just an Android emulator. Resolution, I just kept it this for recording purposes. You can do 1920 by 1080. And then performance mode, low memory, because you're going to be running a lot of these at the same time. And then you can choose how many you want to clone. So I found that 6 is my sweet spot. Once I started hitting 7 and 8 and onwards, it would act a little funny. Some of them would lag. Like my RAM was maxed out, capped out at 32 gigs because I have a bunch of stuff running. Plus every one of these instances uses a bunch of RAM. You also need free hard drive space when you're cloning these, which also capped how many I could have open because I wasn't going to go and hunt down programs and delete them and stuff just to run more instances. 6 was good enough for me. So once you get them all cloned, just select all right here and then go to start. Okay, this took some doing. I had to arrange them. It's going to show my desktop. I got a bunch of personal files and stuff on my desktop, so I'm trying to hide everything. So it by no means has to be organized like this. Hopefully I got everything where I can still see everything on the screen, because I got 6 instances open right now. So anyway, you come to the side and there's this little icon right here. It's also Control-Shift-9. So that's going to sync all of these. So you go to select all, start sync. And now we'll click on Marvel Mystic Mayhem and it's going to open up an instance on each one of these players. So it's probably going to take a little bit just to get into all of them. Once it is running, it's generally pretty easy. It's not going to lag too much at all. At least I found on my setup with the amount of CPU and RAM I've given each one of them and only having 6 on my screen. So you're going to have to fiddle around with it for your setup because it all depends on your hardware and how many instances you have open. Okay, so we got them all open. I'm going to come to user here. And you see it copied what I did onto everything. And you can see it's still the same from the last time I rerolled because this one is now logged in. It's no longer a guest like all the other ones because that was the reroll I kept. So I'm just going to log out of that one. It'll only copy what you do on the main one, which is good because we're going to need that in a second. So we're going to log back in. Is it going to be put us in as a guest now? Yeah, we'll go as a guest. Okay, so now that one's starting. I just logged in as a guest. But what you're going to do after you're done your reroll and you don't get what you want, you're going to come back to the screen. You're going to hit this icon right here, start a new game. So this is just going to basically restart all the guest accounts that you've rerolled on. You're gonna have to type confirm into that bar. It's going to reset all the guest accounts, and then we will log in with all of them. This one's lagging behind a little bit. This one's going through the cutscenes. So now just to give them a second to start up so we can click on all of them. We're gonna skip the cutscenes on all of them, and now we should be synced. So as you're going through here, might want to play a little bit slower because it's not going to be nearly as responsive, right? So just play it a little bit slower, and it's still going to be so much faster because you're running all these at the same time, right? Like you're going to be getting, I'm doing 6 at a time. I don't know how many you can do on your setup. Even if you can only do 2, that's twice as better as normal, right? Or twice as good as normal. So the fighting is going to be a little awkward once you get into the later stages, because you do have to get to at least account level 9, I believe it is. So it's nice and synced up right now, and it will be for the first few chapters, but there will come a point where I'll see all these skills here. It's the same on this one, the same on this one. They're all the same, but there will come a point where they're all going to be different. So that's going to majorly throw a wrench in the whole fight, right? Because using, you think you're winning on one screen, you look at the other screen, you beat the campaign, the mission. Hard to talk. You beat the mission on your main screen. You look over and 2 of your other screens are completed, but 3 of them are still halfway through the fight. So then you move your mouse over and you can individually fight on each one of those screens just to finish off the fight, because it's only synced to this main screen. That's what's going to give all these other ones instructions, but any of these other side screens I got here, they are not going to be synced to any of the other ones, so you can individually play them as well. So you just got to keep an eye out for that. It's like, it's not a big deal. It honestly just adds another 5 seconds to a fight, right? It's not bad at all. But yeah, so that is the multi-instance reroll process. This will work for any game you reroll on as well. Just the restarting the guest account, that's the only thing that would be changing, but this Bluestacks process to start up the reroll process for any game is going to be the same. You just open a bunch of instances of the same game and do that specific reroll process for that game. So hopefully this helped you out, and if you're still rerolling, this should speed it up a ton. I did, I think, like 4 rounds. I pulled my first round, I got Doctor Strange on one reroll, Juggernaut on another one. I'm like, oh, I want 2 of the 3 stars in the same reroll. It took me another, like, I think an hour and a half of doing 6 at a time until I got another 3-star. So maybe if you just get one of the good 3, like Doctor Strange, Juggernaut, or Scarlet Witch, then just stick with those. Because keep in mind, you will get a pick out of, I can't remember who it is now. Emma Frost, Doctor Strange, and a couple other ones. After you hit 40 on the pity for the not the Iron Man banner, but the other one, you will get a 3-star for free. You will get what's her name? The Dino Girl on day 2. She's a 3-star. You will get Storm. She's a 3-star from the 7-day event that they have starting. So you will get some 3-stars. You don't need to get 2 in one roll. I was being greedy. And I paid the price for it because I had to sit around and reroll for a while, right? So anyway, enough of me blabbering. Hopefully this helped you out. If you got any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments below, and I'll try to help you out as best I can, and I'll catch you next time. See ya.